All right, so you're going to want to sign up for Lapentor, obviously, and the process is pretty straightforward. They'll send you, I think, a confirmation email, and then you'll be able to start a new project. And basically, when it opens up, it looks pretty much like this. And what they want you to do is start uploading panoramas first, because it's at its core a 360 representation. So go ahead and let's upload a panorama. As you can see that the file support is JPEG, PNG, or TIFF, so you can upload any of those. In the previous video, I discussed that Lapentor takes mono, and it will actually turn your mono into a stereo if it needs to, so it does it on its own. But basically what you're going to need is some mono panoramas. So if I go to my panoramas folder and I go to mono, I have the same ones in mono versus the stereos for around me. So some, different programs take different things, and so I'm just going to come into this, and I'll drag in just a couple of them. I'm not going to drag all of them in, so maybe I'll take these two. So I like color, and I'm just going to pull them and drop them, and it's going to add them to the media library, right? And you'll see them, and then you can click on them, and the ones that are panoramas, if I click on them, you want to make them a sphere, and you get two options. One is standard and one is multi-resolution. So the multi-resolution limits the zoom factor and the resolution based on how far you can zoom in, so it's a little bit more efficient. The standard just processes it. So you can try the multi-resolution. It's a little bit more efficient in terms of file size, but if there's some problems you think with the resolution, you can delete them and reload them as standard. So I'm just going to pick multi-resolution here, and it's going to start processing these. So it's actually, putting it into its panorama and uploading it to the cloud storage. And so the next thing it'll do is it will do the second one. And it looks like it's done. All right, so once those are done, you can go ahead and close this guy down. And if you click on one of them, so if I come into here, it'll just take me into that panorama, and I'm in edit mode, right? So now I'm in this panorama in an edit mode, okay? What you can do over here right now is, right now these are uncategorized, so you may start to get quite a few different panoramas or images in here, but what I would recommend doing is creating a folder. So I'm just going to create a folder here, and I'm going to call it, panoramas. Maybe interior if you had like exteriors, but I'll just do pan interior and click OK. And it'll create this pan interior, and you can then come over here and kind of drag these down into them so you can start to organize them. And you can see you have adding things from media library from Dropbox, right? And so you have an option there as well to start adding things. But basically, this is the basic setup. And so you have this guy, and then you have this guy, right? Your other panorama, and it'll float to that one as well. So let's talk a little bit about the setup here. So I'll talk about, actually let's do that in the next one. I'll keep these kind of short. So just get your panoramas in, and the next one we'll go in and talk about how you'll set up the sort of interface.